You're making a mistake, yes, you. You've been thinking that God's silence means He's forgotten you, that the closed doors mean you're disqualified, that the long wait means your answer isn't coming. But what if I told you, you're actually closer than you think to the very breakthrough you've been crying out for? Listen to me, this isn't just another video with empty words and good vibes. This is a divine interruption in your timeline. A message tailored for your spirit, because heaven has been watching you. You've prayed, you've waited, you've cried in silence. Now, God is about to surprise you with a long-awaited why yes. But here's the thing. You cannot afford to miss a single word of what I'm about to share. Because tucked inside these next few minutes are prophetic keys that are going to unlock the very door you've been pacing in front of. So I need you to lean in. Stay with me till the very end. Don't scroll away. Don't rob your future self of what your present self is about to receive. This is the video you didn't know you needed until now. Let's get straight to it. You may not see it right now, but heaven has been listening to you more closely than you think. Every time you whispered a prayer when no one else was around, every time you cried yourself to sleep, wondering if God even heard you, I want you to know something deep in your spirit. God hears you, and God remembers. You haven't been talking into the air. You haven't been wasting your breath. Your prayers were never ignored. You were never talking to an empty sky. God has heard every single word, and not only that, He has been keeping track. He's been recording your tears like treasure, holding on to every drop as if it were gold. Psalm 56:8 says, "You keep track of all my sorrows. You have collected all my tears in your bottle. You have recorded each one in your book." That's not just beautiful poetry. That's a heavenly reality. When I was going through one of the darkest seasons of my life, I prayed the same prayer over and over again. For months. For years. And after a while, I started to feel foolish. I thought, maybe God has moved on. Maybe He's forgotten. But I remember one night, in complete silence, I felt this overwhelming warmth in my chest, like someone was standing in the room with me. And I heard these words in my spirit, I never forgot. That moment changed everything. Not because my situation flipped overnight, but because I realized I was never abandoned. And neither are you. You've been wondering if the delay is a denial. You've been questioning if maybe you messed up somewhere, missed your chance, or misheard God. But I need you to understand, delay is not the same as denial. God's timing is perfect. He doesn't rush, and He doesn't stall. He waits until the right moment, when you're ready, when the situation is aligned, and when your heart is prepared to receive what He promised. Look at Exodus 2:24. It says, God heard their groaning and He remembered His covenant with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That was after 400 years of silence. 400 years of prayers that felt unanswered. But when the time was right, God didn't just hear, He remembered. And when God remembers, things move quickly. That's what I want you to understand. You are not being ignored. You are being positioned. You are not forgotten. You are being refined. This season you're in, the one that feels endless, heavy, and hard, it's actually the proving ground of your faith. It's where God does His most intimate work in your soul. Every not yet from God isn't a closed door. It's a divine setup. He's been building something greater than what you prayed for. You asked for a door, He's building a palace. You asked for a drop, He's preparing a flood. So hold tight to the promise. Don't throw away your confidence now. God remembers what He told you in the dark, even when you've started to forget it in the delay. What he whispered in the quiet is about to be shouted in your breakthrough. Because your prayers didn't disappear into nothing. They ascended. And God is about to respond in a way that will leave you speechless. You haven't seen the full picture yet, but he has. And he's saying to you now, I have not forgotten. I have not ignored you. I have not delayed without reason. I'm preparing your why yes. Keep praying. Keep standing. Keep believing. Because your why yes is already on its way. But what if I told you that the silence you're resenting is the very stage God is building for your why yes to be revealed? There's a silence that doesn't feel holy. You know the kind I'm talking about. That space between your prayer and God's response where everything goes quiet. No signs. No whispers. Just emptiness. You start to wonder if you were even heard at all. I've been there. You feel like you're in the middle of a wilderness and your voice is getting swallowed up by the wind. But listen to me. God's silence is not his absence. Just because he isn't saying anything doesn't mean he isn't doing something. In fact, I've learned the hard way that the quietest seasons are often the ones where heaven is moving the most. Think of a seed buried in the dirt. Nothing visible is happening on the surface. But underneath, in the dark, where no one sees, life is breaking open. You think the silence means God's ignoring you. But what if the silence is God's strategy? What if he's orchestrating the impossible behind the curtain while teaching your soul how to hold the weight of the miracle that's coming? There's a verse in Habakkuk 2:3 that says, though it linger, wait for it. It will certainly come and will not delay. God isn't stalling. He's setting the stage. And when he moves suddenly, but the preparation for that suddenly takes time. It's like God is baking something in the oven of eternity. And if he pulls it out too soon, it won't be ready, and neither will you. I know it's painful. I know it's frustrating. But can you trust him, even in the silence? Can you believe that he's still speaking, even when you can't hear a word? Isaiah 30:18 says, yet the Lord longs to be gracious to you, therefore he will rise up to show you compassion. That means even when he's silent, his heart is still full of mercy. Even when you feel forgotten, you're still chosen. And even when there are no visible signs of progress, you're still on schedule for a divine appointment. I want you to picture something with me. Imagine God rearranging the pieces of a divine puzzle. People, places, resources, timing. Imagine him shifting things in your favor that you don't even know you'll need yet. That's what he's doing right now, in this silence. He's aligning your breakthrough. But here's the catch. You must not disconnect. Don't check out. Don't walk away from God just because he's not giving you instant feedback. The silence is your classroom. The waiting is where your roots go deep. When I was in one of the most silent seasons of my life, I thought nothing was happening. But looking back, that's when God was shifting people out of my life, opening unseen doors, healing wounds I didn't even know I had. The silence wasn't abandonment. It was surgery. It was strategy. And now I can tell you, when God finally said yes, everything made sense. The silence had been a setup for breakthrough I couldn't have imagined. So, don't curse the silence. Don't fear it. Honor it. Because this is where your story is turning. Quietly. Powerfully. Eternally. You've survived the quiet. But can you carry the kind of faith that won't back down, even when the storm rages louder than the promise? There's something sacred about refusing to give up when everything inside you wants to. That kind of faith, the kind that keeps praying, keeps believing, keeps showing up even when nothing changes. That kind of faith moves the heart of God. That's the kind of faith that makes heaven stand still and say, "That one believes me for real." You see, your persistent faith isn't just about holding on. It's about pulling down what's already yours in the Spirit. You've been waiting for your yes, but what if I told you that your yes has been waiting on you to not let go? Because faith that endures isn't passive. It's aggressive. It's a kind of violent love that says, "God, I trust you, even if it costs me everything." Luke 18 tells the story of a persistent widow who kept coming back to an unjust judge, demanding justice. And eventually, the judge gave in, not because he cared, but because she wouldn't stop knocking. And Jesus said, "Will not God bring about justice for his chosen ones, who cry out to him day and night?" That's you. That's me. We're the ones who cry out, who wrestle with God like Jacob did, refusing to let go until the blessing breaks through. I want you to hear this loud and clear. Your persistent faith has not gone unnoticed. The longer you've held on, the louder your spirit has echoed in heaven. Every time you chose to believe in the middle of confusion, every time you spoke the promise over your life even when your situation screamed the opposite, you were building spiritual momentum. James 1:12 says, "Blessed is the one who perseveres under trial, because, having stood the test, that person will receive the crown of life." Your crown is not just in heaven. Your reward will start showing up right here in your life, in open doors, in healed relationships, in supernatural favor that makes no logical sense. I get it. You're tired. I was too. I remember seasons where I felt like I was lifting my prayers with trembling hands. But I also remember the moment it broke open. The day the email came. The unexpected phone call. The door I didn't even knock on, opening wide. That was the moment I realized faith didn't just survive the storm. It conquered it. You've been standing in the storm. But now the sky is shifting. The wind is turning. Your yes is closer than you know. But hear me, it's not just a reward for your requests. It's a reward for your relentless faith. The kind of faith that doesn't make sense to people. The kind that says, "I still believe God." So, don't shrink back. Don't water down your expectations. Don't lower your faith to fit your disappointment. Raise your belief to match God's promise. He honors those who trust Him when everything says not to. And you're about to see why He had you wait. Because when God says yes to that kind of faith, the doors don't just open, they swing off the hinges. And just when you thought nothing was shifting, heaven moves. But it never looks like what you expect. Let me speak this into your spirit. God is about to surprise you. Not in the way you imagine, not in the way you plan, but in a way that will leave you speechless, overwhelmed, and on your knees saying, "Only God could have done this." You've been trying to figure out how it will happen, when it will happen, and through whom. But God doesn't work on human blueprints. He specializes in suddenly. One moment it's dry. The next, it's a downpour. One day you're overlooked. The next, you're elevated. And all it takes is a single prophetic moment, a divine collision between your faith and His perfect timing. Isaiah 43:19 declares, "See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it?" That means it's already in motion. The surprise isn't being made later. It's being unveiled now. The shift has already begun. But here's the thing. You must be spiritually awake to recognize it. Divine moments often come wrapped in ordinary packages. You're expecting fireworks, but God might show up in a whisper, in a text message, in a stranger's kindness, in a door that seems too small to matter. But that's how he moves. He took a shepherd boy and made him a king. He used 5 loaves and 2 fish to feed thousands. He sent a baby in a manger to save the world. Never underestimate the quiet setups of God, because they often become the loudest testimonies. Malachi 3:1 says, "The Lord you are seeking will come to his temple. The messenger of the covenant, whom you desire, will come." That's a promise. And I'm here to tell you, he's coming. The very answer you've been aching for is approaching like a wave gathering strength far out at sea. You might not see it yet, but you're about to feel the impact. The reason God surprises us isn't just for shock value. It's to remind us that he's still sovereign, still unpredictable, still God. He wants to blow your mind so you remember who he is, not just what he does. He wants to silence every doubt, shut the mouth of every mocker, and elevate your faith to places it's never been before. So get ready. Prepare your heart. Clean the room of your expectations. Make space for divine interruption. Because the surprise will come when you're doing the dishes, walking into a meeting, or waking up on an average Tuesday. And suddenly, everything will shift. You've been in a dry season, but your clouds are heavy. The rain is close. And when it falls, it won't just water your ground. It'll flood your life with goodness. God is about to do the unexpected, just to show you he's been listening all along. Now the question isn't whether God is ready, it's whether you're positioned to catch what's about to pour. There's a reason you haven't seen it yet. And it's not because God forgot. It's not because you're unworthy. It's because God is more concerned about your posture than your position. He's not just preparing the blessing, he's preparing you to carry it. Listen to me. Alignment comes before acceleration. That means until your spirit, your thoughts, and your choices align with his will, the promise stays paused, not as punishment, but as protection. God will never release a blessing that will destroy you. He will never give you a yes that your heart isn't ready to handle. I've learned something powerful over the years. Obedience in the quiet seasons is what attracts favor in the visible ones. When you obey when no one is clapping, when you stay faithful when nothing is working, when you choose righteousness in secret, those are the moments that shift everything in the spirit realm. That's what God rewards. Deuteronomy 28:2 says, "All these blessings will come on you and accompany you if you obey the Lord your God." Not chase you, not tease you, accompany you. That means the moment your feet step into alignment, the blessing steps with you. It's not a chase. It's a connection. Your obedience becomes the magnet. But let's get real for a moment. Waiting is hard, especially when you're watching others receive what you're still praying for. It can make your heart grow bitter. It can make you jealous, discouraged, or even resentful toward God. But that's where your posture matters most. Because humility in the waiting is what keeps your heart pure enough to recognize the promise when it comes. 1 Peter 5:6 reminds us, "Humble yourselves, therefore, under God's mighty hand, that he may lift you up in due time." Did you catch that? Due time. That's a set time. That's not random. That means your breakthrough has an appointment, and your current obedience is the RSVP. You're not waiting for just anything. You're waiting for what heaven has custom designed for you. Your attitude in this season matters. Gratitude is not optional. Even when you feel forgotten, praise him. Even when the door is still shut, worship like it's already open. Because that kind of posture tells heaven, "I trust you, not just for what you can do, but for who you are. And when that's your posture, the atmosphere around your life begins to shift. You're not just being positioned physically. You're being positioned emotionally, spiritually, mentally. God is removing the weight of pride. He's refining your motives. He's detaching you from distractions. Because when the yes comes, it will demand all of you. And God won't let anything compete with His glory in your life. So stay low. Stay soft-hearted. Stay in alignment. You are closer than you think. And when God sees that your posture matches His promise, nothing can stop the floodgates. The yes you've been praying for is already looking for you. Don't move. Don't panic. Just stay in position. Because in the right posture, the promise has no choice but to find you. And when it finally breaks open, will you be able to hold the overflow, or will it run past you uncleaned? When God says yes, He doesn't just answer the prayer, He overwhelms it. He doesn't just meet the need, He exceeds it. You ask for just enough to survive, but God is about to give you more than enough to bless generations. Because when He finally releases what He's been preparing for you, it's not going to trickle. It's going to overflow. Ephesians 3:20 speaks directly to this moment. Now to Him, who is able to do immeasurably more than all we ask or imagine, according to His power that is at work within us. That's not a poetic exaggeration. That's a spiritual promise. God does immeasurably more, meaning it's so big, you won't even be able to count it. And it won't just bless you. It will overflow into every life around you. I've seen this with my own eyes. I prayed for healing in one area, and God healed 5. I asked for a door to open, and He built me a whole house. I just wanted peace, but He gave me purpose. That's how He works. Your yes is not just an answer, it's a statement of who He is. Psalm 126:2-3 paints the picture perfectly. Our mouths were filled with laughter, our tongues with songs of joy. The Lord has done great things for us, and we are filled with joy. That's what's coming for you. Joy you didn't see coming. Laughter you thought you'd forgot. The kind of breakthrough that makes people ask, what happened to them? But let me be clear, this season is not just for celebration. It's for testimony. What God is about to do in your life is going to strengthen the faith of everyone watching. Some people didn't believe in your God. Some people mocked your obedience. Some doubted your prayers. But when they see what's coming, they'll know it wasn't luck. It was God. That's the beauty of overflow. It's never just about you. The yes that's coming is generational. It's missional. It's prophetic. You're stepping into a season where your cup is not just full, it's spilling onto everyone around you. Your family, your friendships, your community, they're all about to feel the impact of your obedience. This is the season of evidence. The proof of God's faithfulness. The public reward for the private battles. The restoration of every lost year, every silent cry, every midnight prayer. God is not just answering, He's vindicating. He's revealing that every second of the wait was worth it. So what do you do now? You live boldly. You speak the promise out loud. You wake up every day expecting miracles. Because you're no longer begging, you're receiving. You're no longer questioning, you're testifying. You're walking in the overflow. And if you feel it in your spirit right now, then say it out loud. This is my season of yes. This is my moment of overflow. I receive it. I believe it. I walk in it. Because God isn't just about to surprise you. He's about to saturate you. You've made it through the waiting. You've stood through the silence. And now, before you move on with your day, I want you to pause with me, right here, right now. Because this moment isn't just something you'll listen to. It's something you're meant to step into. So wherever you are, if you can, pray this out loud with me. Let these words rise from your heart. Father God, I come to you right now just as I am. I slow my mind, I quiet my thoughts, and I open my heart to your presence. I choose this moment to stop striving and start trusting. I acknowledge that you are here with me, closer than my breath. I lean into you, God, and I make room for what you want to do in me. I am listening. I am open. I am ready. Lord, today I declare that I trust you. Even when I don't understand the timing, I trust you. Even when the silence felt heavy, I trust you. I say out loud that you are faithful, you are good, and you never forget your promises. I reject every lie that told me you abandoned me. I place my confidence back in you. God, I release every burden I've been carrying. I release the disappointment, the frustration, the tears I cried in private. I give you the weight of unanswered prayers and long nights of wondering. I let go of the fear that nothing will change. I lay it all at your feet right now. I refuse to carry what you never asked me to hold. Father, remind me who I am in you. I declare that I am remembered, chosen, and deeply loved. I am not overlooked. I am not forgotten you. I am not delayed by mistake. I am being prepared for something greater. I receive your truth over my identity. I stand as your child, secure, valued, and seen. Lord, awaken my faith again. I choose expectancy over doubt and hope over fear. I believe that you are working even when I can't see it. I declare that my long-awaited yes is drawing closer. I align my words, my thoughts, and my heart with your promise. I believe that something is shifting for my good. God, I receive your divine surprise. I receive sudden peace, sudden clarity, sudden breakthrough. I welcome the yes that only you can give. Let your favor overflow into every area of my life. Let my testimony strengthen others and glorify you. I receive what you have prepared for me. Father, I thank you in advance. Thank you for what you're doing now and what you're about to reveal. I seal this prayer with gratitude, faith, and surrender. I stay aligned. I stay obedient. I stay expectant. I trust you completely. And I receive your long-awaited why yes. And then, don't move. This moment isn't finished yet. If you think the yes is just for you, think again, because what's coming through your life will ripple into generations. You've just unlocked something eternal, and now you have the chance to multiply it. If this word stirred your spirit, then you already know. This wasn't just a video. This was a divine appointment. God is about to surprise you with a long-awaited yes. But what if your obedience could be the yes someone else is desperately praying for? When you give, whether through super thanks, membership, or PayPal, you're not just donating to a channel. You're sowing kingdom seed. You're helping send oil into empty lamps, light into the dark, and manna to starving hearts across the earth. Give, and it will be given to you. Yes, that's not just a verse. It's a living word that still breathes. Right now, I believe God is nudging someone watching this to be part of this move. Not later, but now. Your giving today is not a transaction. It's a trigger for multiplied harvest. divine protection, and breakthrough favor. So, don't delay. Click below and give generously. Sow into this word. Fuel the fire. Help spread this message to the world. If this message hit your spirit, hide it up right now, because when God gives you a yes, your worship needs to match it. Hit the hype button to testify, to magnify, and to multiply this message across the platform. And yes, smash that like if you believe your season of divine surprise is here. Declare it in the comments right now. I receive my long-awaited yes. Your words carry power, so speak it and seal it. And if you have a personal prayer request, drop it below. This isn't just a community. It's a war room, and we're ready to stand in faith with you. Your breakthrough begins with your boldness. Let us pray with you. You were never meant to pour from an empty cup. If prayer is your lifeline and worship is your weapon, subscribe now and let heaven fill your soul every day.